Hey everyone, okay, I'm going to do a quick video. This is coming up a lot on my Snapchat recently, basically because people have seen that I kind of make my own pre-workouts at times. So I'm going to just tell you how to make your own pre-workout, save yourself a fortune, and what are the best ingredients to use. If you're not bothered with the extra prices of pre-workouts, there's some amazing ones out there. I can't say any specifically because they're so individual to each person. It's the hardest of all supplements to recommend, fat burners and pre-workouts, because everyone responds differently. I'm not a fan of fat burners anyway, but I do like pre-workouts. But everyone responds differently. Like, I'll have ones that I love that don't work at all for other people, and vice versa. But one of the safest things you can do to hedge your own bets is to make your own. There's a consistent ingredient list across most pre-workouts, so you can actually buy the ingredients yourself and save yourself an absolute fortune. The first thing you're going to see in all of them is caffeine. Caffeine is the most scientifically backed supplement on the planet, and it's incredible for training. It's going to give you mental focus, it's going to help your body burn body fat, or it can help, if you're in a calorie surplus, it can help you train harder, which will tear more fibers and build more muscle. So it's an incredible ingredient to add in. So the number one thing you want to get is just free-form caffeine, and then it's going to be very dependent on your tolerance. Everyone's tolerance is different. Like, for example, I can have 2 cups of coffee a day and be fine, but if I go over that, I get all jittery and edgy and anxious, whereas other people can have 10 cups and they have it before bed and it won't affect them. So find what's your tolerance level. Normally 200 to 400 milligrams is pretty optimal and works really well for most people. The next thing is going to be creatine. Again, you can get some creatine, like if you're worried about the water retention and you're a girl and you don't want the water retention that creatine can give you, then just drop it out and add in the other ingredients. But for the majority of people, it's intracellular water anyway. So if people are like, I want creatine, I'm fat. I'm like, that's fat. That's not fucking creatine. All creatine does is pull water underneath the cell, so that you can push more weight for more reps, or the same weight for more reps, or more weight for the same reps, so you can tear more fibers and build more muscle. It doesn't make you fat. It make you hold a little bit of water, but it's still intramuscular water. So adding that in, I personally prefer creatine ethyl ester or trimalate or hydrochloride, because it doesn't need to be loaded and it doesn't need to have a insulin transporter, and you can just add it straight into your pre-workout shake. So normally 3 to 5 grams of creatine works great here. Beta-alanine then is going to be the next one. Beta-alanine is one of those supplements that the more I use it, the more I love it. I have it in my GA program to buffer lactic acid for my GA guys, and I have it as a muscle building option in my online program because it's just an incredible supplement. It on top of buffering lactic acid, so you don't get lactic acid buildup and you can train harder for longer, it can also uptake your creatine stores, so you can actually absorb your creatine better by putting it together with beta-alanine. Normally 3 grams of beta-alanine is really, really solid here as well. And then the last thing I would add in is leucine, which is like the main ingredient in branched chain amino acids. So you can either add BCAAs or just leucine by itself. Leucine is your powerhouse. It's your fucking main actor, your main striker. Everything else is just a support to leucine. It's the most anabolic of all the amino acids, so it's the one you want to really prioritize adding in terms of building muscle, or if you're trying to lose body fat or tone up or cut weight. It'll preserve your muscle and keep your metabolism elevated because it's really, really anabolic. Again, depending on weight, 5 grams is normally pretty solid, but between 5 and 10 grams works really, really well. And the last thing I'd add in for good measure is probably citrulline malate for muscle pump. So if you're someone that struggles with a muscle pump, citrulline malate is going to improve blood flow, so it's going to give you a better muscle pump. 3 to 5 grams of this as well is going to have a massive impact on you. So that's what I would do in terms of saving yourself a fortune on pre-workouts. If you find you can't get a pre-workout that you're like, oh, I love this, and just make your own. Sometimes you can add in different things like D-aspartic acid if you want to boost up the testosterone, or add in some L-carnitine and green tea extract if you're trying to get more fat loss. But generally, they're your main ingredients, with the exception of the other stimulants and really edgy shit they add to pre-workouts, which work because it'll put you into a fucking fight or flight and you'll be ready to lift shit. But you kind of want to, if you want to avoid that and just have a steady, clean energy with the main ingredients that they use, that's the ingredients. Your caffeine, creatine, beta-alanine, and leucine, and then maybe some citrulline malate for pump. So I hope this video helps. Please like and share the page. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. And if you're on Facebook, I'll be replying to comments for the next 24 hours.